it's a very hard reflection to give, because when something so transformative or someone so transformative enters your life, it's really hard to put that impact in words, right? And that's how I felt about this entire experience working with you. You know, one of the biggest things that I've learned over the years is that when you start a company and you're lucky enough to have it go well to a point where you continue to be involved and it grows and you get investors, it's one thing to be a founder and it's another thing to be a CEO. And when you start it and it's only you, you're kind of bequeathed with both titles, and it's handed to you by default that you are the CEO, that you're managing the business, and you're also the creator. But what I learned the hard way was that CEO is something that has to be earned and learned, especially if you haven't ever done it before, like me. And it's not just something that you continue to have because you're the one that started the business or you're the largest shareholder. And you can try to surround yourself with the right mentors or investors to help get you to the right place, people that have run big companies before. But what I found in being surrounded by a bunch of those folks is that even though I have them in my life, even though I consider some of them to be family, they are here for a lot of reasons in my life, and not just for the act of getting me to be the most optimized and best CEO and best leader for my company that I can be. And my advice for most people starting a company, if not all, would be that you also really need someone in your corner for yourself, for your personal growth and development as a leader, as a human, in order to be the best and show up the best that you can for all the people that you employ, all of the investors that you're hoping to provide a return for, and all the consumers that you're serving, no matter what business it is that you start. And for me, finding Byron was is beyond a godsend, right? I started reading all sorts of books about how to become a better CEO and how to learn how to be one on the fly and on the job while I was starting to run something that became, fortunately, a very high growth business very quickly. And I found Byron's book, read it within a day, highlighted a bunch of passages, which I normally don't do with most books that I have. And it had a profound impact on me. It was like somebody was looking at exactly the experience that I was going through and explaining exactly how I should be processing it. It was like an old friend was inside of my head and giving me the advice that I had been seeking from everywhere. And I could hear Byron's voice through the pages. And so I took a flyer and hoped and prayed that if I found an email address and was able to reach out to him, that maybe we would have a chance to have a conversation. And that reach out has now turned into a multi-year relationship where I mean, Byron's not only my coach and somebody that has crafted me into the person and into the leader that I always hoped that I could be, but somebody that it's truly an honor. I feel lucky to be able to call a friend as well. And so it's not just about the everyday things of, all right, this is what a CEO does. These are the things you should be checking on. These are the principles of leadership, stuff that you could read in a book or things that you could watch a bunch of YouTube videos about. What Byron provides that I couldn't have even imagined when we started was a source of understanding, of accountability, of productivity, of reflection, and the thoughts and advice and remembrances around the cause and effect of every single action that you take, every thought that you have, every way that you plan, the ways that you show up to meetings. It's things that are beyond my wildest imagination before I had someone like Byron in my life. And it has transformed me not only as a leader and the way that I show up for my employees, but as a person, the way I show up for my spouse, the way I show up for the dependents that I have, and everybody that I feel as though is responsible for me. And where I started when Byron and I first started was almost like a child compared to where I am now. That's the way I feel about it, where I had this wonderful thing. It was a bunch of bright, shiny objects, and I didn't exactly know what to do with it or how to handle it. And through our time together, it's been constant coaching, but it's been a roller coaster too. It's not like it's been all bright sunshine, butterflies, and rainbows. It's been a roller coaster of reaching points of almost having everything crater or be lit on fire on any given day. And it's been a windy road to the success and more sustainable place that it's in now. But Byron has been the constant through all of that. the steadying hand that makes sure that the ship doesn't keel over when it hits a bunch of big waves. And having that kind of a resource in your life while you're going through those things, and not only somebody that understands, but can help you to drive toward the root causes of the ways that you're feeling and work through the problems step by step, and understanding how your emotions are about them, but what the most productive solutions would be, is priceless. And I wouldn't be here where I am today. My company wouldn't be where it is today. I would be a completely different person if I had never had Byron in my life. And so it makes me a little misty-eyed to think about all the things that we've talked about, all the things that we've done together and been through, but to have come out the other side of it and to feel transformed. And that's just one step on the staircase toward constant growth and evolution, and what your view ends up being of success as it continues to change. But to have climbed some of those stairs together has been one of the most transformative things that I've ever done in my life. And so as a founder, as a CEO, as a person, I could not more highly recommend working with Byron, because it'll change your life. It's as simple as that. And again, it couldn't be more of an honor or a pleasure to be able to call him a coach, a mentor, a friend, and a person. You won't meet many people, if any people in your life, who are better human beings than this man is. And so thank you, Byron, for everything that you've done, everything you continue to do. And I look forward to it being a relationship that we carry on for the rest of our lives.